Welcome back. For the second time, the federal government has applied to the Federal High Court in Abuja for the secret trial and protection of witnesses that will testify against the former National Security Advisor, Colonel Sambo Dasuki, in the case of unlawful possession of firearms and money laundering brought against him. The fresh application, which was filed by the prosecutor, Mr. Oladipo Okpesheyi, asked the court to try the former NSA in secret and protect the witnesses by not allowing their names and addresses to be made public in the course of the trial. But in a strong opposition to the fresh request, the former National Security Advisor asked the court to dismiss the motion on the ground that it lacks merit and that it constitutes a gross abuse of court process. The counsel to the former NSA, Mr. Ahmed Raji, argued that there was no justification for the federal government to bring the motion for secret trial for the second time, having lost in the first motion filed before the same court. Meanwhile, the delay in the appointment of a substantive Chief Justice of Nigeria has continued to raise concerns among Nigerians, with many calling on the President to send the name of Justice Walter Onogan to the Senate for confirmation as the CJN. Lawmakers from Cross River State and the National Assembly have joined the call, which they say is in line with the established tradition of the judiciary. The lawmakers, during a meeting with journalists in the National Assembly, said the President's delay in sending the letter has led to the perception of ethno-regional prejudice.
By appointing Honorable Justice Samuel Walter Onogan as Acting Chief Justice of Nigeria, the President has foreclosed any insinuation as to incompetence or any disabling factor for him to be made Honorable Chief Justice of Nigeria. Under these circumstances, the continuous delay of the President to forward the name of Honorable Justice Samuel Walter Onogan to the Senate for confirmation without any lawful and constitutional cause has brought the issue of the independence of the judiciary and security of 10 of judges to doubt and public discourse. It has opened the floodgate of political and social insinuations and entrenched the perception of ethno-regional prejudice and politicization of the judiciary.
Not less than 20,000 new solar energy household units will be spread across rural Nigeria in the first phase of the federal government's Beyond the Grid project in 2017. This is according to the Vice President Yemi Oshibajo, who says that while the federal government remains committed to developing traditional power generation and transmission system, off-the-grid energy supply will receive heightened attention moving forward. The Vice President said this while commissioning the Beyond the Grid solar power project in Wuna community of Gwagwalada in the nation's capital. Our correspondent, the Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, Francis Odesonya, has died at the age of 56. The Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, announced this in a statement today, adding that the late Commissioner of Police died at Sterling Hospital, Ahmedabad, Gujarat in India after a brief illness. The IGP, on behalf of his management team, officers and men of the Nigeria Police, commiserates with the Odesonya family, the government and the people of Ogun State on the demise. The late Odesonya was the 37th Commissioner of Police in Rivers State and was appointed into that position on July 2nd, 2016. He joined the force on February 2nd, 1986 as a cadet assistant as Superintendent of Police and rose through the ranks. In the meantime, the Rivers State Governor, Nyesom Wike, has condoled with officers and men of the Police High Command on the death of the Commissioner. He prayed that God grant them the fortitude to bear the loss. The long-abandoned Omi Dam in Kogi State will soon begin to provide water to homes and boost agricultural activities. This assurance is coming from the state governor, Yahya Bello, during an inspection visit to the dam. A memorandum of understanding was also signed between the state government and the Lower River Niger Basin Development.
The Omi Dam, located in Yagba West local government area of Kogi State. If operational, the 4,100 capacity dam can easily serve its purpose of farming and households. But that has not been the case because it has for many years been abandoned. The Kogi State Governor Yahya Bello is making the dam a top priority project, and his visit is to show his commitment to making it operational. It's remarkable to note that this is the first time a sitting governor will be visiting the area since the creation of the state.
I thank God that I'm the first governor to visit here. This is to show how determined myself and my administration is in revolutionizing agriculture in Kogi State. We have concluded every arrangement to sign an MOU with federal government to take a chunk of some hectares, irrigable from this Omidam area, so that we can make use of this dam very well.
Then the action is sealed with the signing of a memorandum of understanding between the state government and the Lower River Niger Basin Development.
The Lower Niger River Basin Development Authority is ready to partner with Kogi State in respect of allocating farmland to Kogi State for the revolution of our agricultural sector.
Areas of our jurisdiction is mainly Kwara and Kogi State, and so we are of the opinion that the state government will make judicious use of this land, farmland.
With projects like this resuscitated in Kogi State, the residents can confidently say they are reaping the benefits of democracy.
Yes, indeed, Amarachi. Welcome to Business News. Fitch Ratings has revised its outlook for Lagos from stable to negative and affirms the long-term foreign and local currency issuer default ratings at B+. On Tuesday, the credit ratings agency affirms the issue rating on the state's senior uncensored bonds at B+ and AA+, while the national long-term ratings is also affirmed AA+ with a stable outlook. The latest rating on Lagos follows the same placed on Nigeria's economic outlook on January the 25th. Medview Airline today listed over 9 billion of its ordinary shares on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. The management explains at the listing ceremony in Lagos that going public is a strategy to achieve visibility.
This afternoon, Mr. Chairman,
over 9.750 billion ordinary shares of Medview Airline at 50 kobo nominal value being requested for listing at 1 naira 50 kobo.
These shares of Medview Airline PLC should be admitted on the daily official list of the Nigeria Stock Exchange. And your prayers are hereby granted.
This leads to the motivation for going public, as explained by the Chief Executive, Mr. Munir Bankole.
Our books has grown from 2012 when we started the domestic operation, and we move on to regional and international from 3.4 billion. Today, in 2016, we are talking of 25.8 billion turnover.
The airline's pedigree is amplified in the words of the Minister of State for Aviation, Mr. Hadi Sirika.
All of those things to make the future certain, to make the future sure, to get higher return on investments is what we are focused on doing in this country at the moment in aviation.
At this high-level session with the investing community, the airline managers lay bare their profit strategies.
We are lifted over close to 300,000, both in Nigeria and other West African nationals, to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And that's what made the Saudi government today inform Nigerian government, if you are bringing any airline to Saudi Arabia to bring pilgrim, it's only one, Medview and others. In 2018, we are looking at a revenue inflow of 38.6, profit before tax of 6 billion, and total assets at 24.6 billion.
Medview is listing after 2 other airlines delisted. The operators see a silver lining in sight.
1 or 2 airlines have passed through the NSE at that particular time, not the same NSE of today, and not the environment as of today.
Medview prides itself in passenger and cargo services with 6 aircrafts. The airline currently covers 14 domestic routes and 9 international routes.
It's a negative close for the first month of the year at the local equities market following sell-offs from key sectors of the NSE. Let's join Bisi Adebayo for today's summary of the trading.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Reports. The Nigerian Stock Exchange admits the first listing in 2017 of Medview Airlines PLC on the final trading day of January. However, the all-share index was a negative 0.69% on the back of sustained declines recorded by bellwethers, while the market value fell below 9 trillion naira. Tuesday's transaction yielded a higher volume turnover in contrast to Monday's trading, with 205.77 million shares sold for 2.76 billion naira in 2,914 deals. The top three volume drivers of the day were FBN Holdings, Unity Capital and Transcore for a second day running. Unilever led the day's top gainers ahead of Africa Prudential Registrars and Caverton. On the flip side, PZ was the heaviest loser for the session, followed by Owando and Continental Insurance. That's it on the Stock Market Reports. I am Bisi Adebayo.
Global equities remain low at the close of Tuesday's trading session as investors continue to react to U.S. President Donald Trump's immigration policy. These are the numbers. That's Business News. Thank you so much for watching. Back to you, Amarachi.